Good morning, everyone. So good to see you here on this Tuesday morning. I like to call it Post Monday. We made it past Monday. Hi, friends. I'm Tim Pham. Let's get over to Jenny Power in the Weather Center. Oh, my goodness, Jenny, look at that sunrise behind you. It is flexing this morning.
It so is. Mother Nature is showing off. I'm so obsessed with this view over downtown Spokane. It's breathtaking. So let's try and really zoom in on it here if we can, because just take a look at this. Yes, we've got some clouds out there, but the sunrise is like bright orange and yellow. Current temperatures, though, if you are headed out soon, it's a cold start to the day today. 29 degrees is where we're sitting at right now through the Spokane metro area, but conditions are dry and we just have a little bit of a light breeze to go along with this. We're sitting at 29 degrees for my friends in Omak in the Okanagan Valley, 23 north to Bonners Ferry, 30 degrees toward Pullman. As we zoom in here, we're at 27 right now for Valley Ford as well as Lake Creek, 32 for Post Falls, and 26 out toward Welpinit. 19 degrees though currently for my friends up in Priest Lake. So yes, it is quite literally a freezing start across the board. Our current satellite and radar though for you, partly cloudy, which is what we can see in those live pictures over downtown Spokane, and winds are relatively light. We've got a fairly nice day here ahead of us, folks, where temperatures are even going to be trending a couple of degrees warmer in comparison to what we saw yesterday. But enjoy it while it lasts, because valley rain and mountain snow start to move in tomorrow. I'm timing that system out ahead.
Here's a live look at the traffic impact this morning from I-90 and Flora Road. You could see traffic moving great here at this 6 o'clock hour. No major issues to report. We are crash free and people are moving just fine out on the roadways. We will keep a close eye on traffic, let you know if there's any slowdowns that impact your morning commute. On Up with KREM, we bring you weather and traffic together every 30 minutes. Washington State's first income tax is now law. Attention turns to what happens next. Opponents say they plan to challenge the law in court, while supporters say the new law will help small businesses and low-income families. KREM 2's Regan Gallo spoke with Eastern Washington lawmakers to hear their thoughts on the new law.
Well, local leaders and lawmakers on both sides of the aisle have strong opinions about Washington State's first ever income tax.
The Millionaire's Tax Senate Bill 6346 imposes a 9.9% income tax on households earning more than $1 million annually. Today, I talked to Spokane County Commissioner Josh Kearns on what this tax could mean for Spokane County. He says he's concerned the tax could discourage people from moving to Washington, especially with North Idaho just next door.
With us being right next door to Idaho, which has now a lower income tax, their gas is cheaper and their sales tax is cheaper. Quite frankly, this is going to make economic development more difficult for us here in Spokane County and all across Washington State.
Congressman Michael Baumgartner also raises concerns, saying the tax could hurt the state's long-term economic growth.
Some of the largest job creators in the state are going to leave the state because they don't want to pay the tax, and then there's going to be a lack of economic opportunity in the future.
Other local leaders, like Senator Marcus Riccelli, say the tax is a significant step toward making Washington's tax system more fair. In a March 18th statement, he notes it would impact about 20,000 households statewide and about 211 households in Eastern Washington's 3rd legislative district. Riccelli adds the measure would expand the working families tax credit to an additional 460,000 households, cut taxes for small businesses, and lower costs on items like diapers and over-the-counter medications.
Collected revenue from the millionaire's income tax is expected to begin in 2029. For now, I'm reporting in Spokane, Regan Gallo, KREM 2 News.
The pain at the pump is getting worse this morning. AAA reporting that the average price of gas in the U.S. is now more than $4, and that is the highest since 2022. AAA reporting the average price for a gallon of gas in Spokane is $4.89, with Washington State's average being more than $5. In Idaho, the price for a gallon of gas in Kootenai County is $4.09. If you need to fill up your tank today, we do have a full list of which gas stations in Spokane and Kootenai County are the cheapest. Just text the word gas to 509-448-2000. We'll send you a link to your phone. Well, a heads up for drivers in Spokane. A new tax officially starts tomorrow and will impact parking prices in the city. KREM 2's Brandon T. Jones live in downtown Spokane for us. So Brandon, tell us what exact changes will we actually see when it comes to parking? Good morning.
Yeah, good morning, Tim. Well, the changes we're going to see is a 12% tax on most surface lots here throughout the downtown core of Spokane, so similar to the ones right here behind me, and then a 6% tax on most parking garages here throughout the downtown core of Spokane. Now, this is a tax that did have some opponents, and they were saying that this won't ultimately help anything, but rather it's going to drive people out of coming to downtown Spokane. But city leaders like the mayor and other council members, they say the tax on these lots will ultimately help drive redevelopment and fund needed transportation projects. Also included in this tax, the exception is that parking operators need to create designated exempt areas for monthly pass holders such as employees, students, or building residents.
This is one of those sources of funding that will enable us to keep moving forward with our street projects that we have planned, but also with just that basic upkeep, potholes, snow plowing, etc.
So this new tax that goes into effect tomorrow, April 1st, does not apply to the city's on-street parking meters. Again, they do not apply to the city on-street parking meters, but Mayor Brown did also share with us here at KREM 2 News that this tax is also an effort to keep up with inflation and rising costs across the board. For now, though, reporting here in downtown Spokane, Brandon T. Jones, KREM 2 News.
Well, the Spokane Police Department is creating a task force focused on helping reduce gun crimes in the city by 10% by the end of the year. SPD wants the unit to be the first to respond to all shootings, even those without a victim. And they will treat all shootings like homicides, even if the victim survives. The new gun crime unit will be based out of the Northeast Precinct. A team will work from 4 p.m. until about 2:30 in the morning. Spokane Police data shows that's when most shootings happen in the city.
Gun violence is a social contagion. If we can interrupt that contagion and stop shootings before they happen and stop young people from being victims or offenders before that occurs, that's the goal.
Last year, SPD declared gun violence as the department's top priority, and they say this is their first major step towards putting their plan into action. Well, we are less than 2 months out from the FIFA World Cup kicking off in Seattle, but the excitement is coming to Spokane because the city is one of the official FIFA fan zones. To help get ready for the extra soccer fans in our area, the Department of Homeland Security awarded more than $726,000 in grant money to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office. Today, the Spokane County Board of Commissioners will adopt a resolution to accept the grant.
And taking a look at your forecast here, I mean, we have just the most gorgeous sunrise currently underway. Had to show it to you again over the streets of downtown Spokane. But even though it's a beautiful start to the day, it's also a very cold start. We're at 29 degrees currently in Spokane. So yes, literally freezing throughout the inland northwest. We'll continue to hang on to cold temperatures through the morning hours. But come this afternoon, we're actually trending a couple of degrees warmer than yesterday. But to go along with it, we will see some increasing clouds. Daytime highs region-wide, we're in the low 50s across Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. We'll see 57 degrees for Richland and the Tri-Cities, 51 for Wilbur, 56 out toward Moses Lake, and upper 40s through Bonners Ferry and Sandpoint. Tim?
All right, Jenny. New this morning, the Spokane County Board of Commissioners are expected to sign a letter in support of renaming the 4 Lakes I-90 overpass in memory of fallen Spokane County Sheriff Sergeant Ken Salas. Over the summer, Sergeant Salas was sadly hit and killed while trying to remove a hay bale from the highway. Salas was 59 years old. The Board of Commissioners is asking WSDOT to consider August 9th as the date for dedication and renaming, which will be 1 year since his death.